Hello, I'm Delaney Savacool for TV21. There's no football on the schedule today, so all is quiet here in Detweiler Stadium. But it's a different story on game days when Toms River High School South fans rock the stands with their legendary traditions and school spirit. After attending some exciting games, television producer and South alumna Sandy Levine was inspired to pay tribute to a very special member of the South family who's been the heart and soul of the school spirit for 50 years.
Visit Toms River High School South, especially shortly before a football game, and you'll see why this school is famous for its spirit.
You wish you were from TR South! Ooh, ah, 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 ooh.
As students change classes, there is cheering outside the library.
We're from River, we couldn't be prouder, and if you can't hear us, we'll shout a little louder.
The 100-plus member marching band parades through the hallways, playing the traditional school song, Old Indian Tom. All that leads up to more tradition as the players enter the field.
The spirit at South is absolutely amazing, and it makes the students want to go out there and have fun at games and support our teams.
The stands at Hitting Indians football games are jam-packed with intensely loyal, spirited fans.
TR! Thank you! Welcome! Woo! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, son! Let's go!
From players' proud grandmothers sporting hand-crocheted maroon and white scarves.
The spirit here is unbelievable. Haven't seen it at any other school.
To the youngest, clutching one of the coveted plastic footballs that have been tossed into the stands after touchdowns for decades.
The band drives the spirit of the games. They, I guess, encourage the football team, and we just get everyone all riled up.
Tradition at South runs deep, and people here say this much beloved and now retired history teacher is largely responsible. P. David Correll Sr., the voice of the Indian.
Notice Purdy on the carry, brought down by Dallas Clark. First down, Indians!
Mr. Correll has been announcing Toms River South's football games for more than 40 years.
For another Indian! Touchdown!
It's his 50th year as an integral part of South and its predecessor, the original Toms River High School. The Indian mascot, the push-ups after every touchdown, the smoke billowing from the teepee, all brought to South by Mr. Correll.
Mr. Correll Sr. is the most spirited guy I've ever met. He is the inception of the Indian Princess, all the mascots. Without him, we wouldn't be here today.
He's such an inspiration to all of us mascots and the students. I mean, he's the epitome of spirit.
They lost 2-0, but girls, we are proud of you.
He just drives everyone to want to be better, want to go to every game, and just cheer on everyone, just to be there for each other.
Mr. Correll says the school has been challenged 5 times over whether it's appropriate to have an Indian mascot, and won, arguing that South students are taught the Indian symbolizes not savagery, but rather spirit, dignity, and pride. His ideas for promoting pride are not limited to sports. The hallways are lined with plaques showing off students' perfect SAT scores and other outstanding achievements. Keeping tradition strong and spirit high at this school are not done just for fun. There's a higher goal.
I come from a high school in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, John Harris High School, that put a premium on school spirit. To them, they realized that school spirit would bring about unity within the school population and was sort of the cement of the school that held it together. And I'm a firm believer in the value of school spirit. So therefore, anything we can do to boost the school spirit of the home of the Indian, we do.
At the end of the year, we have seniors wear all the sweatshirts at the colleges that you're going to go to. Mr. Correll takes a picture of that. We publish that. That's all part of the spirit, but it's all part of encouragement. We encourage them to go to college. This is just part of it. So the spirit is very important. Academically, it's very important because they want to be here. And when you want to do something, you do it well.
Mr. Correll says he expects next year, with his daughter Kelly by his side, he'll still announce the football games, but this will be the last year for many of his other duties. No more tasks as the school's publicity coordinator, nor school announcements.
Sign up for bus transportation in the main office by 11 a.m.
Now in his 70s and still fond of hosting alumni groups in the very room where he once taught, he says it's time to cut back and turn over most of his important work to another teacher here, his namesake, his son, David Correll Jr., who says growing up he had no choice but to catch the spirit.
Well, first of all, you never slept, because at 3 o'clock in the morning he would get these like visions. And all of a sudden, he'd be throwing on, South music, Rocky music. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, we had like little mini pep rallies in our house at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing like, growing up with a guy that dedicates his life to something. And of course, a great role model, because he not only started strong, he's finishing strong at Toms River South. And not many people can say they had a career where they, went 50 years and 50 great years.
This football season, the Hitting Indians made it to the playoffs and beat Morristown in the quarterfinals, the first playoff win in 10 years, which called for the traditional ringing of the victory bell by the team. But in the semifinals, despite an incredible early 24-0 lead, the team lost to Shawnee 28-24. It was a crushing blow, but still the disciplined band marched in time after the game, with some members managing to cheer all the way home. P. David Correll Sr.'s legacy will live on.
I hope to be remembered as a person who had an impact or an effect on the children that was positive, and that in one way or another, I became a part of their life because of that. Maybe they could be a little bit more enthusiastic. Maybe they could have a little bit more hope. Maybe they could have a little bit more faith in themselves. That's what I hope my impact was.
I think if they're happy, they will do their best. I mean, one of the things that Mr. Correll and I have always talked about, a philosophy that we want here at South, and we realize that society wants them to be better off. But at South, we just want them to be better people. If you're a good person, then all these things will come naturally to you. You'll be happy. So when they leave here, we just want them to be better people. That's all. I want them to be South people, better people.
Reporting from Toms River, and among those inspired by my history teacher, I'm Sandy Levine, Toms River High School South, class of 1978.